This is Romo with AfterbuzzTV, part of the SmackDown team, and I'm standing with the man, the myth, and the legend, the one and only Sting. How are you doing today?
Excellent. What a great introduction. Thank you.
Well, you deserve it, man. You're part of wrestling royalty. You got your start so long ago in California, if I believe, with Rick Bassman.
Yes.
Did you think that when you started with him that you would reach the heights that you finally made it to?
Well, I sure dreamed about it, that's for sure, because when I got started, it was Hulk Hogan who came into my health club to work out, and the whole gym would be buzzing and freaking out. I did not know who he was because I didn't know what pro wrestling was. We didn't have it on TV in the area of SoCal where I grew up. So I realized, okay, he's the guy from the Rocky movie and this and that. And then I realized what wrestling was, and I ended up going to the sports arena to watch one of his events. And there was pandemonium, red and yellow bandanas all over the place. It was so loud you could hardly hear yourself think. And that was at that moment I said, you know what, this is what I want to do.
So he was your initial influence in getting into the ring?
Yeah, absolutely. He most definitely was. He was the one who set me completely over the edge to do this.
And when you went to WCW, and we know your entire career has pretty much been with the Atlanta-based company, how was your time there with the incredible amount of time that you spent with that company? It was
frustrating in the earlier years, for sure, because we were second-class citizens. We were second to WWE. I mean, a far-off second. To go and do the big, satellite conventions, the NAPTI conventions, and everything else, and just to really get a really good feel for how far off we were, and to see a lot of the guys that I worked with leave WCW and go to WWE. It was a real lonely place there for a while. And thankfully, during those days, Ted Turner said, "You just keep on doing what you're doing because I got some deep pockets, even though we're in the red." So we just kind of kept on doing it. And then when we launched that Monday Nitro, the rest is history. Suddenly we were the talk of not just the town, but the whole world. So there was bittersweet. It was good and bad along the ways. Tough times, really good times, successful times.
All right. And that brings us up to the WWE. A lot of people never thought they'd see you here, standing next to this banner. How does it feel to finally be a part of the WWE in any capacity?
It feels really, really good. It's about time. It really is about time, and I'm glad to be here, grateful to be here. I keep talking about the reception that I'm getting from WWE fans, and also some of the WWE wrestlers, the roster, office people. I mean, the whole package. It's a Class A organization, and it's definitely good to be back here and rubbing shoulders with guys like today. It was fun to be with John Cena. Comic-Con a few weeks ago, I met Daniel Bryan. It's good to be meeting some of these guys. Sheamus, really good. So it's an honor.
I do want to say why I have you here. When I was 8 years old, I saw this man come into a Fair Park Arena in Birmingham, Alabama. He was still Neon Sting then. I also saw a man named Stunning Steve Austin that night, who would go on to become a superstar, and then I became a worker myself. So I want to say you were one of my inspirations to get into the ring and to finally jump into the industry and to do what I'm doing. But knowing the hardships of the industry, what has been your biggest obstacle over your career?
Man, the biggest obstacle over my career, it seems like a constant battle to try to keep your head above water creatively, especially when you got like a bunch of people going in a bunch of different directions. It's nice when everybody's together and there's unity, but when there's not unity, it's hard. And politically, to keep your head above water and to maintain a certain level of status, it can be very, very difficult to do.
Well, Sting, I definitely want to thank you for your time, for talking to me. You've been an inspiration. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.